Yeah, it really does. All right, tuning into the mind to fight a battle that you can't see. Firefighters are there for us in an emergency, but you know, it's not surprising to hear that the job can really take a toll on their mental health. And now there is an effort here in the Valley to try to help some of our firefighters.
Tempe-based Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine partnering up with the city's fire department to provide some solutions. So Whitney is live in Tempe with more of the details on this partnership and how it's going to work out. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, our firefighters do so much for us, really putting their lives on the line to keep us safe every day. And making sure they're mentally also taking care of themselves is so important. And that's why I'm joined now by Dr. Dawn Jonas. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you have been working with Tempe Fire on these mindfulness workshops and classes. First, let's just talk a little bit about mindfulness, because it's one of those words that gets kind of thrown around a lot. What does that mean exactly?
Yes. I like to talk about mindfulness in two parts. The first part is that it is a state of awareness, of being awake and present in the moment, of paying attention, what's happening in the body, what's happening in our emotions, what are our thoughts doing. And then the second part is to have this attitude of kindness toward whatever is here. Okay, anger is here. Okay, grief is here. And still be kind about it, kind to our busy minds.
And so you've had at least one of these classes with Tempe Fire, and we know they respond to all kinds of different calls. How are these mindfulness workshops helpful for fire crews?
Well, fire crews are under an enormous amount of stress. Everything from the long hours to the, physical demands to the mental demands. They see some really hard things. They experience something called vicarious trauma, and it really stays with them.
So run me through kind of one of these workshops. What are some of you kind of start small and then sort of work your way up to these longer exercises. For folks just beginning, what are some simple things that they can do to become more mindful?
Well, we start out by something as simple as finding your feet. And everyone at home can do the same. So right now I'll ask you to find your feet.
Okay.
And notice your feet, what they feel like on the floor, the temperature, how cool they are, how warm they are. And before I said that, you probably weren't thinking of your feet.
I was not.
And so that simple exercise of finding your feet can bring us into the moment when we've been kind of acting on autopilot.
And so we're hearing a lot more about mental health and mindfulness. Why is this something so important, not just for these firefighters, but for all of us at home as well?
Right. So when we experience trauma and difficulty, sometimes we're in the habit of going straight to anxiety or straight to depression, or sometimes we're in the habit of just kind of like stuffing it down and carrying on. And mindfulness allows that space. It allows the space where then we can make a choice about how we want to respond to what's happening.
And then when I came in, I was talking to you a little bit about meditation, but there is a difference between meditation and mindfulness, but they also kind of go hand in hand. Explain sort of the differences there.
Yes. So meditation is a tool that can really strengthen mindfulness. We call it, mindfulness training is meditation. It's kind of like going to the gym for your mind. But there's other ways of being mindful. We can be mindful while we take a walk. We can be mindful while we do the dishes, while we listen to our children speak.
And how does that mindfulness help us process some of those emotions like we were talking about earlier?
Right. It starts to build something called equanimity, which is kind of neutrality while everything else is chaos. So the more we can be neutral to things, the more we can be at peace.
Okay. And not as reactive, definitely. Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much. I'll certainly be thinking about my feet for the rest of the day, so very helpful tips there. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
All right, back to you guys.
All right.